Now, for all of you that are ready for one of the highlights of ACE each year, we are next going to move on to the ACE12 Elevator Pitch Competition. For those of you that have been here in the past few years, last 4 or 5 years anyway, tonight's Emcee for the ACE Elevator Pitch Competition needs no introduction. Chris Holman is an entrepreneur, media personality, and business owner. He started the Greater Lansing Business Monthly magazine out of the trunk of his car in 1987 and has been promoting the Michigan business community ever since. He has hosted a variety of radio and TV shows and continues to host a statewide radio show, the Michigan Business Beat, through the Michigan Talk Network. He launched the Michigan Business Network last June. Chris has served as Michigan's small business advocate and is chairman of the National Small Business Association, the oldest national small business advocacy organization in the United States. Please welcome Chris Holman back to ACE.
Thank you, Diane. It's always good to see you, dear. Thank you, Diane. It's always good to see you. Incidentally, for those of you who want an update, I drove that very car here tonight, as a matter of fact. So see how successful I've been as an entrepreneur. A lot of things happening tonight. Welcome to the most entertaining, most fun entrepreneurial competition in this hemisphere. You are a big part of it, and we want you to loosen up a little bit tonight and have a little fun, because that's what entrepreneurship is all about, and certainly what this competition is all about on this 12th ACE. We're going to have a great time. So with that, let me invite the judges up, and the entrepreneurs, please make your way up onto the stage if you would. And let me tell you a few things while they're coming up here. First of all, each presenter is going to have 3 minutes tonight to present their company or business ideas in an elevator pitch format while they wait in line at a coffee shop. And I'm going to be in line just behind them, okay? So if you've ever been accosted at a coffee shop, you're going to see it done with dignity tonight. The judges have a scoring sheet in front of them. They'll be listening for a number of things: a clear identification of the speaker and company, a statement of the market pain and their solution, an explanation of the product or service, their stage of development and competitive advantages. The ask: is it clear what the company needs to move forward? How often have we dealt with that? And last but not least, pizzazz: presentation style, creativity, stage presence, and ability to engage an audience. Now, what about scoring? Well, each judge is going to evaluate the pitches on the criteria that I just mentioned, and the company which receives the highest total score will be declared the winner. And the winner will take possession of the coveted, yes, the coveted ACE Cup. This trophy is awarded annually at ACE and has the name of each year's winner engraved on it. And it is truly the Stanley Cup of regional entrepreneurship. Don't get carried away, because one year a competitor broke an arm skating the trophy around. Okay, so let me introduce the distinguished panel of judges. Sonali, Vijayavargiya. He is the managing director of Augment Ventures. Sorry. I thought you were going to be left to right. All right. So, Sonali, if you would wave. There you go. All right. Augment Ventures is from here in Ann Arbor. Pete Farner, general partner of TGap Ventures in Kalamazoo. Pete, good to see you again. Frank Legacki, he is the director of Fletcher Spaght Ventures in Boston, Massachusetts. There you go. Excellent. You can get there from here. And Jonathan Murray, is this on? Sorry. Okay. Jonathan Murray, managing director of Early Stage Partners from Cleveland, Ohio. Our distinguished judges. And now I will introduce our lineup of entrepreneurs. Chad Stark, when I call your name, please stand up. Chad Stark from Thru.im. Thru.im. Okay, they're not capitalized, so it looks like Thru.im. Thru.im, but actually tonight, through him. Chad Stark. Mimi Hall from Phenometrics. Erik Kulstad from Advanced Cooling Therapy, LLC. Giveaways, Erik, because you're already standing. I'm so sorry you didn't get a seat. That's not a disadvantage in this competition, by the way. Laura Schrader, 3D Biomatrix. And Phil Lewis, Dynamic Intelligent Solutions. And Susan Sprentall from SurClean. All right, with that, I'm going to go out here. Now, remember that your eye contact with me is important, but the judges want to see part of that as well. So I'm going to bring you out one at a time, and you're going to present to me. We're going to be standing in line. You're going to turn around, and you're going to start your 3-minute elevator pitch. And we have a 3-minute clock right here. And at 2:59, you'll feel the trapdoor start to open, okay? So first up is Chad Stark. Chad, if you would come out. And you're going to be here, because when I turn around, I want the judges to be able to see your face. So if you move from that mark, again, the trapdoor will begin to open. So right on that mark, you're moving. Get over there. All right. So here we are in line. Judges, can you get a full frontal here? All right, good. All right, turn on your line. We're going that way. And the time starts now.
Hi, my name is Chad, and I'm one of the co-founders of Thru.im. We started this business a year ago around the problem that today, people use text and instant messaging in their social lives while communicating with friends and family, but when trying to reach businesses, we have to pick up the phone and call. Not being able to reach businesses the same way we reach our friends is a huge pain for people like me and other generations that grow up on text. To give you a better perspective on this issue, Nielsen surveyed 60,000 mobile users aged 13 to 24 and found that the average user sends 3,000 texts per month, while voice activity within this demographic decreased 14% last year. To solve this problem, we built Thru.im, which is a mobile website that lets you transact with any business via text conversations for things like orders, reservations, and frequently asked questions. It's as easy as texting a friend, but instead of searching a friend's name in your phone book, you search a business's name in our phone book, type your message, and get on with your day. We make sure that your question gets answered or your order gets placed, and that you get a text response back. The app is completely free for users to use, and we charge businesses 5% of the transaction fees that we send them through our service. We list all businesses in our service from the start by enrolling them in a free trial period where they're utilizing our contact center to have conversations on their behalf. Once they reach enough transaction and conversation volume that they're no longer in our free trial period, we reach out to these businesses, show them the demand that we created for them, and try to strike a transactional sales relationship with them. By engaging in a sales relationship with us, they get access to our mobile marketing platform, which allows them to reach consumers through text on their mobile devices during off-peak hours. And they also get access to our analytics software, which analyzes what consumers are saying, so they have an opportunity to upsell their customers and to present relevant daily deals. Businesses who don't engage with us in a sales capacity get taken out of our service. And finally, we sell the search and conversation data our users generate to behavioral targeting companies like Thru.im, who sell this, who package this as consumer web behavior that ad agencies use to target customers. Our market is the 22.5 million people who currently use web tools to transact with businesses like OpenTable or Campus Foods. These web tools value transactions at $1 per transaction, and the average user makes 0.8 transactions per year. This means that our addressable market is $916 million per year. However, users will use us instead of other web tools because we're completely free on the user's end. We allow them to multitask and talk to multiple businesses at once, and we allow them to do multiple things at once, like place orders or make reservations from one interface. Our team consists of 2 Michigan senior BBAs, 2 Michigan computer science engineers, and 2 Michigan State business students. And together, we've spent 12 months in the University of Michigan Incubator Tech Arb, have raised $23,000 in grants from the universities, and have started a business that grows $500,000 in sales revenue its first 6 months. We're looking for $500,000 to scale to our next beta. And remember, Thru.im, everything's easier.
Absolutely. Chad Stark, thank you so much. No, you're perfect. You're absolutely perfect. By the way, some young kid came through and drank your coffee. I'm so sorry. So sorry. Thank you, Chad. Appreciate it. All right, next up, Mimi Hall. Gotcha. Okay, this way. I wanted to make sure the judges could see her. All right, so you use the mic while you're talking to me.
Okay. Well, can we move just a little further back? I can still see. Actually, if you could sit there.
That's.
Oh, you have to do it there? Okay.
There's an X on his seat.
Oh.
All right, Mimi. Here you go.
Hi, my name is Mimi Hall, and I'm CEO of Phenometrics. We're an instrumentation company in the algae biofuel industry. I bet you don't know that there's a revolution going on out there right now. And the scientists have discovered that there are algae that create biofuel. And this biofuel can be used for air transportation and for car transportation and for other energy needs in the United States. Algae biofuel actually will promise the reduction of emissions, the reduction of being able to foreign oil, and also increase jobs for the public sector. But there's a problem. Imagine that you're a scientist, and your job is to figure out which of the algae biofuel, which of the algae creates the most biofuel. Now imagine that you found this perfect algae, and you take it out to the pond, and you put it in the pond, and it dies. Why? Because the conditions in the pond have nothing to do with the conditions in the lab. The sun goes up and down out in the pond, and it has different temperatures, and then you don't have that in the lab. So this has been a big issue for this industry. This is a big problem until now. Our company, Phenometrics, has created a photobioreactor that reproduces the conditions out in the field. So we bring the outdoors indoors into the lab. And it allows scientists to take a look at all of the parameters they need in order to find the best algae biofuel to be scaled up later on. Sorry. As a matter of fact, our first order has gone out to the Los Alamos National Lab, and so it is a product that is quite in demand. Our customers are scientists from universities, national labs, and also biofuel companies that are looking to scale up algae biofuel for the future. Our company has a serial entrepreneur. We have a Hannah Distinguished Professor from MSU, as we are an MSU tech transfer company, and an awesome development team. We are really happy to be an MSU tech transfer company, and we are looking for investors who want to share in this revolution and who want to save the world. Do you know any?
We all want to save the world.
Sorry.
Thank you so much, Mimi. Well, you started with a revolution and wound up saving the world, Mimi. That's quite a trip you took. Thank you. All right, next up is Erik Kulstad from Advanced Cooling Therapy, LLC. Erik?
Thanks, Chris, very much. I'm Erik Kulstad. I'm the founder of Advanced Cooling Therapy. And please let me tell you about our revolutionary approach to controlling a patient's temperature that saves lives while saving hospitals money. In the U.S., over 500,000 patients a year suffer a cardiac arrest. That's over 1,000 patients a day. Boom. Patient goes down. What do? New CPR asks one question and only one question. Is the patient breathing? No. Put your hands on their chest. Push hard, push fast. How fast? That's it. Now you know CPR, you can save a life. However, the problem is once the patient is resuscitated, the brief moments that they went without a heartbeat are enough to cause brain damage that more often than not results in the patient dying in 1 to 2 days or persisting in a vegetative state. In 2007, Newsweek highlighted on its cover article the amazing recoveries we're seeing with proper application of cold treatment or therapeutic hypothermia after resuscitation from cardiac arrest. This therapy doubles the chances of a patient surviving. However, here we are in 2012, less than 10% of eligible patients are getting this treatment, and that's because the existing devices that we have to control a patient's temperature are risky, invasive, difficult to use, dangerous, or expensive. Advanced cooling therapy's revolutionary new technology is a device that cools through the esophagus. This device simply replaces the existing nasogastric tube that's already placed in the target patient population, maintains the functionality of the gastric tube for suctioning and decompression, adding the benefit of being able to control the patient's temperature safely and efficiently by connecting to an external heat exchanger powered by water. This breakthrough technology solves a significant clinical problem and an urgent market need. The market is large and growing and currently served by inadequate and fragmented competition. This revolutionary novel device is supported by robust intellectual property filings with a, is that 2 minutes? With a clear, strong market pull and clear and efficient 510K pathway for FDA clearance. The company is led by strong management, supported by expert advisors and board members who will bring this technology to market to save thousands of lives and millions of dollars a year. The company is strategized for a 4 to 5 year acquisition by any of a number of already interested acquirers, and the company is currently looking for $100,000 to complete preclinical data. Thank you.
Excellent. Thank you, Erik. Appreciate it. And thank you, Patrick. So, did you know another statistic is that more people die to the Bee Gees than to Neil Diamond? Okay. Laura Schrader next up, 3D Biomatrix. Laura?
Hi, I'm Laura Schrader from 3D Biomatrix, and we make three-dimensional cell culture tools that help the drug discovery market discover better drugs earlier in the process. So everybody knows in the pharmaceutical world that it takes about $1 billion and 10 to 15 years to take just one drug to market. And the reason for this is largely because they are spending a lot of time testing drugs that are ultimately from failed results early in the screening process. So imagine when drugs look promising earlier on in their screening phase that they always or often fail in the animal and human testing phases. So imagine now if they could increase the effectiveness of this pre-screening process and reduce those false results that they spend so much time and money on. That's exactly what our products do, and I happen to have one right here. We call this our hanging drop plate. And so what this allows researchers to do is to identify drug therapies faster and more effectively than they can do today in 2D. They're very easy to adopt, they're inexpensive, and they're very effective. The problem is this. Today, researchers are using two-dimensional well plates that have a flat bottom like a petri dish to do their testing in. And so when this happens, they take round cells from a round tumor and they put it into these flat plates and they flatten at the bottom. That's not how cells and tumors exist in our bodies, in our three-dimensional bodies. So now when they test drugs on these cells in this flat, unnatural state, the results are unnatural, and this is where the false results come from. So our plates are designed to reduce those false results. Okay, they're a patent-pending design. They fit with existing laboratory equipment, and they allow researchers to achieve the three-dimensional environment to test and do screening before the animal and human testing phases. So now when researchers do this, they can identify drug therapies faster and more effectively than they can do today in 2D. So when they do that, they save a lot of time. When they save time, they save money and use fewer animals to get to market. So our company has just recently launched on the market, and we're happy to say that we have customers like Abbott, Merck, Bayer, Genentech, and some leading research institutions around the globe buying our products. We have paying customers. And so we are seeking investors to participate in our Series A round of $2 million in order to expand our market presence globally, quickly, and to add 2 to 3 new product lines to our offering. And we're really excited about its acceptance.
Excellent stuff.
Thank you.
Laura. Appreciate it. Give your little tray back. Appreciate that, Laura. Next up, Phillip Lewis from Dynamic Intelligent Solutions. Phil?
Hey, how you doing? My name's Phil Lewis. I'm the Technical Engineering Manager at Dynamic Intelligent Solutions. Do you know today's traditional test methods to test automotive products is to put those products inside environmental chambers, hot and cold chambers, high humidity chambers, and solar radiation chambers. By doing so, these automotive products and automotive manufacturers can understand how those products are changing in extreme climate conditions. With that help and that understanding, they can build better products that will resist heat and sun in Phoenix or cold temperatures in Alaska. But there's a disconnect with that, and then that disconnect is the fact that they can only provide data on a product inside these hot-cold chambers or so on before and after it has gone through that type of test. So now you don't get the actual understanding of how the product is changing throughout the process. You're only getting a before and an after idea. The problem with that is you're not going to build a product better and extremely contingent to the type of environmental temperatures that you see in the real world. So here comes DIS, Dynamic Intelligent Solutions. And what we've done is we have a patent pending design called ChamberCam. And with ChamberCam, we're able to take 3D optical measurement technology and insert it into that environmental chamber. So now we've eliminated the idea of what really is going on with a product while it's heating up or cooling off, because we can see it with our cameras, we can measure it with our cameras, and we can understand how a product is changing throughout temperatures and throughout humidity and time. What you see by doing that is you're gaining so much knowledge, and a manufacturer is going to be able to take that knowledge and apply it to make better processes. By making better processes, they could build better products, they could reduce time and cost, and they could get product to market extremely fast. Now, if a manufacturer wanted to test their product while it's in a chamber, well, they're going to have to go in with a measuring stick, they're going to have to go in with a pair of calipers, and you're going to get the most hated guy in the company to do this, because nobody wants to go inside a 180-degree chamber or a minus 50-degree chamber. And they're going to go ahead and try to measure it. Now, I don't know about you, but I don't want to sit in that hot or cold chamber, so I'm going to measure it as fast as I can and get the heck out of there. So by entering cameras, optical measurement systems into the chamber, we eliminate the need for a body to physically go in there, all while we're able to capture all that dynamic data. And also, did I even mention that the camera systems themselves measure 3-dimensionally? So technically, we use 3D optical camera systems. Now, I don't know about you, but I've watched Avatar. However, in this 3D scenario, you don't need glasses because you see it all on the screen. Do you want to make better products?
Absolutely. Thanks, Phil. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Phil, something tells me you've been practicing in coffee shops. Have you? Good job. All right, next up is Susan Sprentall. She is with SurClean.
Hi, I'm Susan Sprentall. I'm with SurClean, Inc., and I am a laser-based coatings removal company located in Wixom, Michigan. We are in business as a spinoff from my original company, American Laser Enterprises, where we've been afforded the opportunity to work with the U.S. Air Force in laser-based coating removal products. And we're saving you, the taxpayer, about $7.5 million annually by using this process on one aircraft at Hill Air Force Base. So I want to commercialize this product. We are spinning this off. We have a market that's approximately $9 billion that spans across many industries, including the airline market, vessels, water towers, bridges, anywhere where you're using abrasives or media blasting. And you're saying, why laser? Why not keep it the way that it is? Well, Lasers can be controlled. We've developed a laser process controller that allows us to actually look through the process. We can tell if we're at the primer or at the substrate. And that substrate may be composites. Composites are not compatible with chemicals or abrasives. So with our manufacturing technologies going for lighter, more efficient weight, lasers is going to be the only alternative to be able to do this. We would be the first US company. We do have competition in Germany. However, they are only focused on the laser resonator, the source itself, where we're focusing on the end effector and making it ergonomically safe and sound for the operator. We are asking for $4.5 million. Our first round is $1.2 million. We anticipate that in year 2, we will be profitable. In year 5, we'll be approximately $20 million, which giving the investor a 6 to 9 times their initial investment. My management team consists of myself and Terry McEwen, who's been my business coach, my engineers at ALE, who've been in the laser industry for over 30 plus years. So we feel that we have a sound team ready to go to market. We just need a little bit of funding so that we can kick this off here in the good old US of A.
Excellent. Thank you, Susan. Appreciate it. Thank you, Susan. Appreciate it. Okay, so at this time, let's hear it for our presenters, by the way. Great job. And how about a round of applause for our near-dead guy, too? John? Pretty good. Pretty good. Yep. All right, so at this point, I'm going to ask all the judges to retire to the deliberation room where you will deliberate. We're also going to ask you for comments on the presenters when you come back, so be prepared for that. The judges will score the presentations and prepare their comments for the presenters, so when you come back, you'll get a little bit of education on how you did as well. And the entrepreneurs, if you would, fill in the front row here and do not deliberate because that's for the deliberation room, all right? At this point, I want to bring some people back to the stage. If the judges would please go back to their judging positions and the entrepreneurs come up here. And I'd also like to call to the podium Erika Block, because we are very close to what you've all come for, the awarding of the prize. Good, Erik. Stand right there. Erika Block, ladies and gentlemen, owns Local Orbit. It's a web platform that provides custom online marketplaces and back office infrastructure for businesses and people working to increase local food distribution. Since winning the elevator pitch competition last January, it was fun, wasn't it? Yeah. Founder and CEO Erika Block has tripled her team and expects to do the same in 2012. The company will be raising a Series A round later this year. And Detroit Eastern Market uses Local Orbit's tools to manage its new wholesale ordering system. And the company recently began its national rollout with the Puget Sound Food Network in Seattle. You're getting around. Local Orbit is on track to launch custom marketplaces in 10 communities around the country this year. And they are gaining national recognition for their work to help scale local food systems. And we're invited to participate in the Clinton Global Initiative last year. Congratulations. It's been quite a year.
Yes, indeed. We were at the same event as Startup America, in fact.
Absolute. Good for you. She was one of 14 social entrepreneurs from around the world selected as a 2011 PopTech Social Innovation Fellow. That's kind of cool. Yeah. She will also be featured in Toyota's upcoming social media campaign featuring 5 innovators talking about sustainability to coincide with the launch of the new plug-in Prius. Our own totally plugged-in Erika. Congratulations on your last year's win. Erika Block. So she holds up the crystal now. Are you ready to give this up? You're ready to give it up. Well, you had a great year, for sure. All right, what we're going to do, is we're going to get a little perspective from the judges on each presenter. So what I'm going to have is each presenter, as they appeared, stand up, and then we can, anybody that has a comment over there, any of the judges. So Chad Stark, if you would, you got to stand up here under the hot light, right there, all right? Look him right in the face. Do the judges have any comments on Chad Stark's presentation?
I think we're going to make, is this mic on?
Your mic is on.
I think we're going to make comments about the group as a whole rather than individual comments, and then get to an announcement.
That's fine. Okay, Chad, you're out from under the hot light. Congratulations. No, last year we put them right out there. All right, so listen. Any comments on the presentations?
I had a couple of things I wanted to share with everybody. So first of all, thank you to all the entrepreneurs for having the courage to get up here and do this. It's a very difficult thing to do. And no matter how many times you practice it, when you actually get up and do it, it's different than it appeared in your mind. And so, please give a round of applause to these folks who did that. The second comment I want to make is that the format of any of these kind of events is artificial, and they give you categories to fill in. And various of the presenters did better or worse jobs in filling in the individual categories. The thing I most wanted to hear was how you were going to make money and how that was going to make money for your investors. And so I would argue that all of the presenters need to think through how to take the story they told in the individual categories and form it into a more cogent one or two sentences that says, this is the problem we're solving, this is how we're going to solve it, this is how we're going to make money with doing it. And that if you limit yourself to the categories that you're given and don't create a narrative across all of them, you may not actually capture that. I didn't hear that from any of the presenters tonight, and so I don't know if any of those presenters has actually given thought to how the investors are going to make money in the company. So those are a couple of general remarks for everybody to consider.
No fighting. No fighting. I would say I think it was a great job. One of the things, like what Jonathan was saying, was too much information, and it loses the real sense of what your business is about. The story has to be front and center. And you have to deliver to your audience or to the investor what is the company about, what is the product, and how are you going to take it to your end customers. And I think a lot of you had a lot of data, a lot of information in that. The other thing that I felt which was lacking was a little bit more concrete assertion of what the market is, really bringing that out, that the market is there, it is ready for adoption, and your product will thrive in that market. So these are my general comments to the group as a whole.
First, I'd like to echo the thanks and for everyone's effort. It was tremendous. I guess my comment is a little more theatrical. They never would have found Cinderella if she didn't leave a slipper. And I didn't notice any of you gave a business card out or had a really striking slogan for what your business was or something memorable. I felt that the presentations were too polite. How can you differentiate yourself from the hundreds of people that come by and make these kinds of pitches? And then when it got to the ask, I heard a lot of things about wanting some money and different things like that, but I didn't hear anyone ask for, what's the next step? Can I call you next week? What time could we meet? What's your phone number? Something that really gets the thing to the next step. So just some general things. And again, those are all negatives or relatively negative, and that doesn't diminish the effort and appreciation for all your
That's a good comment. Ask for the close. Pete, I know you were napping when the body hit the floor, but that was a little out of the ordinary.
We were told we had to ignore any props or any other things like that.
Thank you. I'm Frank Legacki. I want to just echo and expand on something that Jonathan said, and it reminds me of when I started my career, which was back in ancient history, back in the last century. At that time, advertising was a hot category, not entrepreneurship or investment banking. And I worked for David Ogilvy, who was probably the greatest advertising person of all time. And David said something, he said a lot of things that I've never forgotten, but one thing in particular, and now I tie back into what Jonathan said, is when you're selling grass seed, tell people about their lawns, not your grass seed. And like Jonathan said, what's in it for the investor? What's the payout? And I think you have to tailor your comment and focus on that, your presentation. I think the elevator pitches are very important. We had some companies that I've started and have done well with them. And you really do only get a few minutes sometime to catch someone's attention. So it's not the quantity of what you say, really, it's the quality. So really focusing on what are the key points. A little bit, just the first gentleman who really did a lot of homework, and he ran through these things so fast. Man, I thought I was watching or listening to Denard Robinson breaking out from a, the guy was going so fast, but I'd sort of missed some of that. So I think being more selective, and again, the ask is important. Phil, you did a very good job. You had a great presence up there, but there was a big hole missing. What was the ask? And so I don't know what you're looking for, and that would not approach an investor. But overall, good job, great job, tough assignment, and I think you all did very well.
All right, thank you, judges. I appreciate it. And truly, let's have a big round of applause. There's a lot of expertise at that side of the stage that donated tonight. Thank you. All right, so now what you've all been waiting for. And the winner tonight is 3D Biomatrix Laura Schrader. Congratulations.
Thank you.
You gotta hold it over your head.
All right. How's it look? Thank you very much. It's good feedback. Appreciate that.
Thank you.
Thanks.
And thanks to all of you for competing. You all did a great job. I'd also, one more time, like to bring Laura Block up, or Erica Block up real quick, because she wants to plug a little something. Erica?
So I just wanted to let you know that one of my recent hires who's sitting in this audience just recently moved back to Michigan, having left actually after AOL, after left Steve Case's old company. And Julie actually found the job through Pure Michigan and the Spark job listings. And I'm really pleased to welcome her back here. So our Chief Technology Officer, Sir Julie Mills.
See, Michigan does get their great people back. We want to thank all of you for being a part of it. Again, judges, thank you for your time and your expertise, and to all of you for your efforts, and continued good luck. Get out there and get that first round of funding, and let's create some jobs. In the meantime, as always, this is one of my favorite nights of the year, and to see all this innovation and this entrepreneurial spirit and enthusiasm, it's so great. Thank you all for coming. Be careful. Make arrangements on your calendar for next year's ACE. In January of next year, we'll see you back here. In the meantime, have a very prosperous year. Thank you.